Backed up on both sides and played quite a bit. He's our first guy to put in the ball game. Great job. Josh Hassel. Josh is playing years ago. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman this year. I think he found out what football is all about. He's working hard this offseason, which is going to be very valuable to him. And he's going to end up having a good year this upcoming year. Appreciate your contributions, Josh. Jeff Ingram. Quarterback, running back, safety, the kick returner. He was the second leading tackler with 97 tackles, 66 of them solos, 13 passes broken up. Jeff's only problem is playing defensive back is he likes them to catch it, and then he likes to hit them. And, you know, if you saw any of those big hits in the deal, Jeff Ingram's number 19, stay and watch the video next time. He's the guy knocking everybody's head off. Great football player. He'll have a great year next year. Matt Yanachek. Third leading tackle on our ball club with 84, had 3 sacks, 4 tackles for losses. Every now and then gets knocked off the football, but finds a way to get off and find a play all the time. He's a football player, and great job, Matt. He's a real mean guy too. Y'all know Matt. He came in and started there in the second ball game. Ended up with 54 tackles this year, 1 interception. Really played a vital role in our defensive football team. These are your juniors from our football team. These are going to be your leaders next year. Jason Abernathy on the JV and moves up and really assumes the role. Before that, he was on the sophomore team. And he's a guy that you can look to him in. That'd be extremely hard on him. Zach responded in great shape. Ended up taking over the starting job. Second ball game with 38 of 89 for 682 yards and 8 touchdowns with 4 interceptions. He had an outstanding pass efficiency record. Made a lot of big plays for us. And I'm really proud of him, Zach. Great job. John Dean. Played a lot of football plays this year. Had about 128 yards rushing. That is our leading receiver. 278 yards and 2 interceptions. He did returns, 220 yards in returns. John did it all for us this year, and it's reflected in all district selections, which I'll talk about in a minute. John's an outstanding guy. I am going to miss the heck out of it. And if you've ever been around John, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He is the guy that ends up keeping everybody lively. You know, I mean, there's something going to be new every day because John's not going to let you get stagnant. You know, every time that you try to get serious, John's going to smile, and I'll try to get mad at him. No way in the world. He throws that smile on him, and like he's doing right now. But anyway, John's a great kid. It's been a lot of fun. Tim Fenton. Tim's another one came up and he kept on working, showed he wanted to play, got out there, had an outstanding year, played defensive back for us, spelled Eddie Parker a bunch, had 28 tackles for us. Did a heck of a job. Brandon Foster. Brandon's a fullback this year, had 453 yards rushing, had second lead receiver, 11 catches for 205 yards. Had a really fine year. He's a talented young man, and he got asked to play as much because they come to the football field every day and they got the best attitude out of anybody, and that's the hardest situation to be in. And this guy is that. I mean, he's going to show up every day. He's going to have a smile on his face and say, "What can I do, coach?" And I really appreciate it. Thank you, Jason. Jason Hill. On speed, and that's 190 miles an hour downhill. Great job. Played linebacker for us this year. He was the 4th on our football team in tackles, 60, had 4 sacks, had 2 fumble recoveries. We had a lot of big plays. He's very highly regarded in our district by the rest of our coaches. Like I said, for us, deep snapper, was also backup linebacker, but primarily was our second tight end and also our deep snapper on our football team. Had 2 big touchdown catches during the course of the year. On those, he was our best deep threat from a tight end position. Had good speed, had good hands. We just didn't get it to him enough. And Philip had a good year for us. Victor Perez. These 2 guys, he and Brett, 2 smallest defensive tackles in the district, never got moved off the line of scrimmage. I don't know about never, but almost never got moved off the line of scrimmage. Jason was our starting offensive left tackle. Came on, started for us probably first or second ball game, and really filled the spot where we needed. We were kind of in a void there for he and Daryl Free. They were fighting it out. They ended up becoming a real good, solid offensive lineman for us on pretty good offense. Great job, Dave. Mike South. Mike was our only returning young man that had played offensive line, other than Jason Abernathy. We had two coming back this year. We had very few guys who played. Being one third or fourth tackle on the defensive side, and really made a lot of plays for us. He's really quick off the block and really did a nice. Can't see. Thomas Weaver. Thomas played about everything for us this year. He played defensive tackle, he played offensive guard, he played offensive tackle, he played tight end. He played a little bit of everything for us. Did an outstanding job for us. Thomas came back from the last Springs where I don't think he's all these guys. He's in the 40s that made it. You know, we had about started off about 48. Football is one of those sports that's not real easy. It doesn't come easy. You can go out and put some equipment on, you go out in 105-degree heat, and you go run into each other a bunch. And there's nothing easy about the sport. Started out with about 48. There were 40 that survived, and there are 40 of them that are dang glad that they did. And one of the things you talk about success of the season, the success that we had, the biggest success we had was that these guys are going to pull for each other and they're going to play hard with one another. There's no way I'd be more proud of the group. You know, I don't think I've ever been through a season where you're going to have 10 ball games and every fourth quarter is going to be tight all the way to the end. We had a chance to win every single one of them. We probably had a chance to lose all of them. But I'm really proud of these guys. That, you know, the season started off and we had a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities to just fold the tent and go home. We won one, lost three. There's the first opportunity. Let's fold the tent. Let's get ready to go play basketball. Didn't do it. Won the next three district ball games. We came back, we lost to Waller. Said, well, we can fold the tent and we can get up and play again. We got up and played again. We played the last ball game. We had no shot at this. That's what I'm proud about these guys. They learned how to get off the floor and get flat in the middle of everybody we lined up against. And they got a lot of character, a lot of fine young men in this group, and I'm just proud to be a coach. Ingram, defensive back. Eddie Parker, defensive back. An all-purpose football player for District 18 4A, John Dean. We got some special. If our coaches would please come forward, I'd like to present these with our seniors. And you know, there's a lot of these guys down here that certainly deserve it. They had great seasons and everything else. They get to be seniors again, right? Okay, you get your opportunity later. And you see these awards, you go to these guys who've been here 4 years and been paying them. Been working hard every day to get to this point. We're going to start with the Special Teams Award. I can get Coach Dunaway and Coach Langston to come forward. Please present this award to our receivers are our special teams, Jason Bailey and Luke Lucas. The offensive award goes to an offensive lineman, Jason Abernathy. Back goes with that is Zach Dawson. Defensive award goes to Kevin Coronado, right here, to Philip Mitch. Our David Copeland. And Victor Perez. Our football team voted for the final two awards. These two awards are for captain and for most valuable player. And it's the greatest honor they can have because their own guys selected them. And as seniors, there were three seniors that really stood out in the voting. There were a lot of other guys that had a lot of votes, but not near what these three had that really stood out. Those three guys are Zach Dawson, Kevin Coronado, and John Dick. Most valuable player for all they did for a football team and keeping things lively, John Dick. It's been my first year in Magnolia. First year in Magnolia has been a great experience, and I've got a lot of new friendships and a lot of great people. One of the things I do want to recognize, before y'all go anywhere, I had this down to recognize the staff beforehand. It's been the easiest job as a head coach I've ever had because I've got eight guys, 8 varsity assistants. They're as good as there are anywhere. I promise you that. Coach Adams, if you would please go, come on down here in front of the leaders here. Coach Adams. This year brought a lot of enthusiasm before a ball game. Coach Dunaway. Coach Fondo, also the news this year at LSU. Coach Herbert also came with me from Sonora. Which was the best secondary in District 18 4A. Stan Langston also came. Joe McBride. David Yeager. And Dwight Patrick. You're going to find anywhere, and they're going to help too because they're the ones that started it and got it headed in the right direction. It's going to be your trophy just as much as it's going to be there, and you got it headed in the right direction. You guys need to go finish it. Okay, tremendous job. The ladies that you as seniors, everybody in Magnolia, you can stay behind you, and I'm just proud of you. Go out and make a great life for yourself. Okay.